Stay tuned for an FA Cup special this Friday. We talk about Watford's new stadium, the Vicarage Road. Graham Stack, obviously an absolute legend in me and Sids' eyes. Chris finds out some of the antics he's been up to, and some scoreline shithousery from the BBQC. Hello and welcome to That Peter Crouch podcast, the Friday edition, with myself, Peter Crouch, Stephen Sidwell, the Notorious SID, and Chris Stark. Okay?
Yeah, okay with me. Okay with you, Pete. Okay.
Was you in two minds whether to BBQ him?
I don't know what to do. I don't know. There's so much going on, isn't there, with these names now?
Yeah.
You all right, though?
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah,
good.
no,
You've had a good week, haven't you?
A really good week. I'm absolutely flying on this Friday podcast at the moment. Don't want to curse it, touch wood, all that sort of thing. But so far, so good. Early days, mind. And to be fair, frustration. Frustration.
There was a lot. Well, you were very active on the WhatsApp group this week because you should have had what you felt a 3-0 Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
You had it.
Well, one of you guessed 1-0, the other went 2-0, and I went 3-0. So it's actually a great game to watch because at one point, Sids, it was like I think you went 1-0.
Well, no, I think it was you went 1-0 and I said 3 and you was like, oh, I might have got this wrong. And then I said to you, do you want to swap?
Yeah.
Which is Schoolboy from me. And you said, yeah. So when it was at 3, I was like, fuck up.
Yeah.
But it was 3 in the 92nd, 93rd minute.
Mate,
Still 3.
Couldn't believe it.
Someone even tweeted, Starkey's on for 3 points here, lads.
I gathered my kids around the TV.
Did you?
I was like, everyone come in. Like, if it stays 3-0, I keep telling everyone, it's like, oh, I had money on it. I didn't have money on it. It was just against us, but it's easier to say. I was like, 3-0, I need it to be 3-0. My little girl was really invested. And then the fuckers scored, didn't they? 90, what was it?
95 and 96 or something.
Not just one, but 2 more.
2 more.
And then another, but you know, by the time they scored 1, and I just thought, that's so Arsenal, isn't it?
But it was you were very aggressive on the WhatsApp group. Were you that down?
I actually think fuck football was
Fuck
one of
football. And fuck this Friday pod was the...
Was it that bad?
Fuck football. I hate it. And fuck this Friday pod. Let's do something else.
I don't know what I meant by that. But I'll tell you what I didn't like about it is I thought, and it's interesting actually, should the guesses be within 90 minutes?
Oh, no. It's a game of football, unfortunately.
No.
What is with
if
this
you actually
like
look,
7 minutes extra? Like it's bollocks. It's not. And actually, a lot of actual betting companies go by the 90 minutes as well.
Do they?
I was talking about it in the pub, and someone was saying that actually you would have got money for that in other places. But
well, you was on for a 9-pointer at one point because all your predictions was right at some point.
I think you look at the positives. You're leading. It's Chris 7, me 5, and Sid's 4.
Yeah,
it's a healthy.
It's a healthy lead. The positives
but you don't want to make it 90
close.
minutes. You don't think it should be 90 minutes because I just think. Do you not think those extra minutes at the end of the game aren't real football? It's kind of at 3-0, the game had been done. Do you know what I mean? Then it gets into silly season with. I'm not sure.
I think it's a cliche, but it all evens out at the end of the season.
It's all swings and roundabouts.
It's a game of football. It happens. There's injury time.
Yeah. Okay.
Something to take to the board. We'll have a look. We'll see how we go. But listen, Sids was the only one that you didn't get there. Like we all guessed the right winners. We all had Arsenal. We all had Liverpool. Yeah. We both picked Brentford, and you went for the draw with the Brentford Forest game.
Well, it was a draw at one point, wasn't it?
It certainly was. They all are at the start.
I was listening to this. Well, it wasn't quite the start really because Forest scored within a couple of minutes, didn't they?
True.
I was listening to this on the radio coming home, and I got out of the car at 1-1, and I thought this is going to be a draw. This is my one. And then who was it? Mopay, wasn't it? And but anyway, Ivan Toney.
Toney was going to take the headlines. We called this way. Well, it's not like we called it. Everyone was. The writing was on the wall with that one, wasn't it? I mean, it was always going to happen.
What do you make of his goal?
Well, I want to talk to you two about it. Everyone's discussing it. Would you have done the same?
I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, 100% I've done the same.
I'll take my hat off to him. I lost count how many times I've been in a wall and had to manoeuvre where the wall is because the players moved the ball. Like that, obviously, it's just what people do. Like, people have done that since the start of time, but he was very good with it because he did it quite slyly, and he also moved the foam.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So
good.
would you boys do that?
Yeah.
You'd move the foam.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess the question is, has Toney done anything wrong there? Well, he's pushed his luck, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's pushed boundaries and it's come
Yeah,
out.
and that's
top.
what people do. And there'll be, probably some other rule now in place next week.
Just regarding the goal and then the celebration, he run to his manager. Are we on the parched side there, or was he?
It's difficult for me because I like Thomas Frank.
Yeah,
and
he's a big fan of you, isn't he?
I like him a lot. Like, I've been down, spent some time with him. Love talking to him.
He's a great guy.
Like him as a manager. So
are you saying that if you were playing for an opposing team, you'd run to hug him as well?
I like him. I can see why he gets parched by his players. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him.
Right, I got a stat here. Moving on, I've got a stat here from just one of the lads put it in my group. Bizarre stat, but I thought would be quite interesting. AC Milan won the 1993-94 Serie A by scoring 36 goals. Atalanta and Udinese got relegated by scoring 35 in the same season.
Wow.
Hold on a minute, they've won the title scoring 33 goals.
Yeah, think how many 1-0s they've had.
Well, that's it. So, but I assume the other two teams that got
conceded a lot.
Conceded a huge amount.
But isn't
that's incredible?
Like, how good were they defensively?
How boring must that have been to watch?
Yeah, but Baresi, Maldini.
Yeah, no, take nothing away.
Some team.
I wonder how many games that was a season. It's got to be 30 odd games, surely. It's got to be in around 30 games.
Yeah,
so you're right.
They're
That's
literally
a lot of 1-0s then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal stat though, isn't it?
Good
Only
stat.
one goal more than Atalanta and Udinese.
Good stat.
Who got relegated that year.
I've got something for you that I've seen on social this week, and it's a thread of stories.
Okay.
And they've done one about Graham Stack. So
what a legend.
The thing is, I was reading this going,
the
this
myth,
is
the
unbelievable.
legend.
The man himself.
I was like, this is a great story, but I've got no way to qualify how much they exaggerate this. Right. Sids, you would have been...
I've known Stacky since I was 10, 11 years old. So I can...
Okay, great.
What's good about this is I know Stacky as well. Like,
Right.
Sids knows him better than me. Obviously, he was at Arsenal as well. But I can obviously confirm that, one of the biggest characters that I've ever met.
Yeah.
But these stories that you're about to say, Sids can say whether these happened or not.
Okay, great.
I guarantee I was there on a few of these. Those coming up.
So between us, I think we can qualify if these are true or not. Because I was reading this thinking this is... Right,
I'm just going to confirm or deny. Just say that.
Or maybe slightly elaborate if you were there.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip past a couple of them. I'm just going to pick out some of them, right? Okay. After passing his driving test, Stack convinces the Gunners bus driver to let him take the team coach for a spin. As they pull away, Stacky slams his foot on the brakes, sending the driver flying into the windscreen. The window and the driver's nose are broken.
Confirmed. Do you know where that was?
Wow.
London Colney. Now that's Watford's training ground. So the long drive?
Yeah.
It was down that drive.
No way.
It was there.
So he's just taken off
And slammed on.
and then just gone.
So Lawrence was the bus driver, and he was like, "Come on, Lowell, come on up. I passed my test. I can do this." He's go on in. Didn't tell a soul. He's done it. Slammed the brakes on, and he's at the front, and he's just gone straight into. Shattered the glass at the corner.
And you were on the bus.
It's on the bus. Yeah, confirmed. Tick. Next one.
Despairing at his mischief, Arsene Wenger sends the youngster on loan to a sleepy Belgian side. But trouble flares in the local derby against hated rivals Antwerp. Two Antwerp ultras invade the pitch to attack Graham. He knocks one of them out and the other legs it.
True.
Well, yeah,
True.
I've seen a video of this.
Yeah.
There is a video online.
There is a video online.
It was actually Loughran. Was the
was it
the team? Because I was on loan there as well. That's when I went. Me, Stacky, John Halls, and Liam Chilvers. I come back early. Stacky stayed for the season.
So you're watching all this from afar, like
yeah, and he got Player of the Year for doing that to the rival.
That was against the local rivals.
Yeah.
Well, he
So
did.
true.
Yes, wow. So he has given one of the fans their big thump there, and the other one looks like he shits himself, to be honest.
In summer 2003, a sheepish Stack, that's hard to say, returns to Highbury expecting to languish in the reserves. He's a little surprised when Arsene Wenger calls him into his office. Stuart Taylor is injured, Arsene explains. You will be my number 2 keeper this season. So he's now number 2.
Yeah.
The following day, Graham rocks up to pre-season in his dad's Ford Escort. He squeezes the car between all the other players. So all the other players, nice cars, he's got his Escort. Eyeing the pricey wheels, Stacky sniffs an opportunity. Here's the next story I need you to confirm or deny. After training, he heads to Camden Market and fills his boot with knockoff Gucci clobber. He sets up shop in the club car park, flogging the fake gear to his new teammates. Lundberg, Perez and co. shower their wives in Gucci, claiming that they've been shopping in the West End. Do you remember him selling this stuff?
True.
Right.
Confirmed.
So everyone's buying it.
First team, reserves, staff. We all had the same shoes. Some blue suede Gucci shoes. There was belts.
The scam works perfectly until the wags arrive at Arsenal's Christmas party. Slowly it dawns on them that their husbands have gifted them identical fake clobber.
Yeah. Sight for sore eyes.
And it's great because
Man's incredible.
It's all pictures of Ashley Cole. This is great. Okay. This next one, I really struggle to believe.
Yeah.
When Liverpool visit Highbury, it's billed as a crucial test for the Gunners. But for their subkeeper, it's just another nice little earner. Sneaking off for a half-time burger, Stacky flogs a drunken Liverpool fan his stadium pass and expects to never see him again. To his horror, the Scouser emerges from the tunnel in the second half, stumbling in front of the dugouts. Stacky grabs him by the collar and sits him down, but the fan escapes at the final whistle. He's later dragged from the Liverpool dressing room by 2 policemen.
Very true. Can confirm.
So what, Sids, you're going to have to explain this one. So he's sold his ticket to someone.
So, yeah, this is iconic.
Yes.
So I'll really try and shorten this down. At Highbury, the youth team players and the young pros used to sit right behind the dugout.
I remember that.
So when the halftime whistle would go, the teams would go down the tunnel, and then the benches would go, and then we would follow, and all the youth team players would go literally down through the tunnel, through the marble hall, out the entrance, and go for a quick burger. There was a burger stall right outside, and we get hot chocolate and a burger, and then come back in, watch the second half. And I don't think he was a Liverpool fan. If I remember, I think he was like a Scandinavian chap, this guy, and he asked for a ticket, and Stacky said, "Yeah, you can buy my ticket," and he offered it, and he gave him his ticket stub, and it said 50 quid, and he was like, "Yeah," and he went, "Yeah, go down there, turn left, turn right." He sent him basically to Finsbury Park, as far away as you can imagine. So we've all gone back in knowing that this guy it's impossible for him to get in through the marble.
Yeah, no way.
And through the tunnel, right? Next thing you know, we're watching this game at Highbury, and you can't. The man appears through the tunnel, and he's standing pitch side next to Arsenal with his ticket stub like this, and we're all on one side, and Stacky's literally just gone, "Oh my God, oh fuck." He's just gone down the chair. Liam Brady's on the other side looking over, going, "What's going on?" Stacky's grabbed him, sat him down, has gone, "Sit down." And the fellow actually said, "I know what you've done, but I'm here, so it's fine." Next thing you know, the man brings out this big camera, like the lens on it is like this big, and he's thinking, "Oh, you got to be joking me." You can't. And in the end, he got last seen outside the away dressing room. More
down the tunnel.
Yeah, you can't write it.
Wow.
And Stacky's still got his 50 quid.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, okay.
Stacky's one of my best mates.
Yeah.
And we all know he is infamous in the football circles.
Yeah.
If we get him on, everything it would be.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, stay tuned. That Graham Stack episode incoming. Right, let's get into it then. Next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power and their big weekend fixture. This week is Tottenham v Man City in the FA Cup. Big game.
Huge.
Well, FA Cup games, I mean, this is where it can get interesting points-wise for us.
I think
FA Cup games harder to predict, isn't it?
You don't know who they're going to play.
Don't know who's going to play.
City going to rest people?
Don't know who's going to play. And also, it's one of them ones towards the end of the game, you're just going to go for it. Yeah, there's definitely more games in FA Cup. Definitely more goals. Sorry,
There certainly is. I think the last time these two played, it was 3-3 in December.
but Man City on their last 5 travels to the new Spurs Stadium have lost 5 and they haven't scored a goal.
Well, yeah, if you did have 3-3 like last time, plenty of goals, that'd be 30-1. Obviously, a tenner gets you £310 back.
Wow.
What happened last time? We were all claiming goals.
I don't like picking draws in FA Cup ties.
No.
It's one or the other, isn't
Well, both teams don't want it, do they, as well? Because you know what Guardiola's like with another replay, like Klopp. The boys, the top teams, they're going all out to win it, aren't they?
Yeah. Man City, De Bruyne, back. How good was he against Newcastle when he come on?
Is he back this weekend?
Is he back? He's back last weekend.
He's back last weekend.
Mate, he come on
He come on against
for
Newcastle.
the last half an hour.
Oh, I didn't see the game.
Set one up and scored one.
Did he?
They won 3-2.
And he looks like
2-1 down when he come on.
He looks like Jackie Grealish. With his new Barnet, doesn't he?
He's got a new
You said about that.
British
Yeah, you
Barnet.
said about the
Looking
haircut.
good.
Yeah, he certainly has.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's goals. Over 3.5 goals is 6-5. I think that's a decent bet. 10 gets you 22 quid.
Well, do you know what? Shall I go first?
Yeah, why? Have you got over?
Well, I've got 3-1 City.
3-1 City.
Have you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gone for that as well. 3-1.
Have you really?
Not just saying it. I'm not saying it. Look, it's
Do you know
written
what?
down.
Can I just say something?
What?
He did say last week that he might just follow people's results.
Yeah, but I'm
He
not
did say
following.
that.
Look, Crouchy. Look, Pete. 3-1.
Yeah, but you've watched him do it.
What do you mean I've
You
watched him
literally
do it?
watched him write
Well,
the
where's he
numbers
written
down.
it down there? He's not
There.
written it down.
3-1.
Oh, piss off.
Yeah,
I'm not.
If you want to cheat,
Well, what have you gone for?
Chris, 2-1.
So I can't go for 3-1 or
You can
2-1.
do whatever you like. It's just whether or not you will. It sits all right with you.
I'll go 3-0.
Listen, mate, don't change it for us.
Go 3-0. But if it's 3-1,
You're gonna say I don't want to
There'll
play
be
this
strong-
anymore again.
there'll be
I like
strong
3-0.
words.
I like 3-0.
Okay, well, all the odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Big one next as well. Another Premier League clash in the FA Cup is Chelsea versus Aston Villa.
Well, how do you see Chelsea approaching this game? Do you think this could offer some
all they
half
can
decent PR?
That's all they can win.
Yeah.
Like, go for it. I mean, like, certain clubs are resting players, you know, still in the Champions League, still in the Europa League, like Villa, for instance. You know what I mean? Like, still in Europe. Chelsea, this is their trophy. Like, I feel like they've got to go for it all out.
Yeah, they go one step, and then they drop a couple. They're just not. You feel like when they're getting over the line, it's just not sort of. There's no momentum to it. They've got a lot of injuries as well. A lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Fafana, Reece James, Cucurella, Lavia, Nkunku, Sanchez. It's FA Cup. Is there going to be a few drafted in? I agree. They have to go for it, but
I think
it's a
so.
worry.
You know, I did the Fulham game. They got over the line, but it wasn't pretty.
What was that was at Stamford Bridge,
Yeah,
wasn't
Stamford Bridge.
it?
Yeah,
Atmosphere seemed quiet.
yeah, it was quiet. Yeah, it wasn't.
They
great.
made a big thing of that. More than
Wasn't
do
usual.
you know how it goes quiet some games.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just talking from a Watford point of view. I don't want to do us down there, but you know what I mean. It goes quiet, but I've heard a lot about this.
It's a derby, though, isn't it? Like, that was a West
Yeah.
London derby, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
no, it just didn't feel great. But you know, listen, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're not happy at the moment.
Yeah, but
are
that's
you?
what I mean. Is it? It's not like the two are independent of each other. There is it. I mean, it's hard to have too much of an atmosphere around.
Yeah. I mean, they need to start. They need to start winning games, whether it's going to be cup or league. But Villa are in good form, and Villa won at the Bridge earlier this season.
Do you think a cup run? Just on that, do you think a cup run can, to a certain extent, if you were to say there's cracks at Chelsea, paper over the cracks?
Yeah.
You get if you can get to that final, and you know a lot would be forgiven this season. Is that fair to say, or do you think there would still be?
I think there'd still be inquiries, but I think it does help the manager.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm the manager, I'm going all out to win there. If you got a day out at Wembley, you know the fans are, I wouldn't say appeased, but they're happier than if they don't have a day out there. You know what I mean?
When I was at Chelsea, Jose Mourinho, he won the League Cup, didn't he? Quite a lot, and he was adamant that was the platform to then go on for the rest. So you always used to say, what was it, 5 or 6 games, and you're in the final.
Yeah.
or you've won. The February's in. Is it the finals in February? It's around about. It's early, isn't it? League Cup.
Early now, the League Cup. Yeah.
February, sort of March time, isn't it? That winning mentality, the day out, lifting trophy, just psychologically, then gives you a platform to go for the end of the season. So it does.
It's like, it feels Man United similar. It feels like we always feel that they're one loss away from something really catastrophic. And I think Chelsea are in that boat at the moment as well. And against the Villa side, I know they had a draw the other week. I still think that they're a top side and have been all season, really. So yeah. And that's why I'm going 2-1 Villa.
I've gone 2-1 Villa.
Have you?
I have, yeah.
I've actually gone,
thought you might.
No lie.
What have you gone?
I've actually gone 2-1 Villa as well.
So what do we do here?
Well, I change.
I don't think any of us have to change.
I don't think you have to. But
It's a bit boring, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I can tell Crouchy's fuming because he knows there will be no advantage gained from
it is boring.
a prediction he believes in.
If you keep cheating, there will be no change in any of it.
Okay, look, you're going to stick. You'll stick because it's your... Are you sticking?
That's
So again, he's...
unbelievable what you've just said. What? So that was a bit parched of you. So he gets to keep his score.
No, because he said it first.
Oh, I thought you meant because it's his podcast.
Well, add that.
That's fair.
Can we have a steward here? Because he's...
that's fine.
Can we have a steward here? Because he's actually said the same score.
Yeah. And someone wrote in last week.
Well, hang on a minute. Do you believe in your prediction?
I believe in it.
Right. I believe in that prediction as well. So why wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? You're almost doing yourself in.
Just because you're top by 2 points. You've lost your bottle.
I wrote 2-1.
Right, you keep your shit 2-1 then.
No.
We'll change.
I'll change. I'll change.
No, we'll change. I've crossed mine out already.
No, why should you change?
Well, because I want to change now.
Well, what do you want to change? Only if you want to.
I'll have 2-0 then. That's fine.
No.
It's all right. Change.
I can't believe you're going to give him 2-1. I can't believe he's not going to change.
I won't change if I don't. I think it's going to be 2-1.
Yeah,
do you think it's going to be 2-1?
That's why I wrote down.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what do you want? Are you going to change yours?
I'm going to go...
I'll change mine. It's fine. I'll change mine. You stick with 2-1. I'll go 2-0.
What about if it's 2-1 now? I don't want all those expletives. I don't want all these expletives that you did last time.
2-0.
You got 2-0?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go for 3-1 Villa.
So we've all gone for Villa to win. Okay. All right. So in clarification, I've managed to hang on to 2-1 Aston Villa. You?
3-1 Aston Villa.
I'm going for Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 0.
All right, Chris, I feel like you should announce this next fixture.
All right. Well, I'm really excited about this because I think we do put a bit too much focus on this podcast on the Premier League and, I understand the reasons for that. But I do like occasionally when we delve into the Championship and some of the lower leagues. And we still owe Maidenhead a visit, by the way, to deploy the periscope at the bar there.
Well, let's try and book it in. I'm on game.
We do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But the next game that we're going to be looking at in the FA Cup is Watford against Southampton.
Right.
And we're going to come up with a score prediction for that.
Well, would you like to talk us through Watford's progression this season?
It's an interesting one.
Or would you rather not?
Well, no, because I think we're in a really, at the time of recording, positive place with how the team has developed over the season. It was a bad start, getting enough results to be in or around the playoffs, and I think that's important. Even if the top two teams at the moment are kind of starting, let's take Leicester to start with, moving well ahead. As you know, the playoffs can change everything. So to be around there, if we carry on progressing how we're progressing, if we can get into the playoffs, we'll be there at hopefully the right time to be able to go up. It feels outrageous to me that you can come 6th in the Championship and get promoted above someone that came 3rd, but that's kind of the fun of it.
But it's the playoffs. Listen, the playoffs are the best. But one of those teams is Southampton at the moment, second in the league, and an amazing December with big scorelines: 5-0 against Swansea, 4-0 wins over Walsall, Sheffield Wednesday. 3-1 again against Swansea.
Yeah, they just broke a record. They club record as well. 20 over 20 league games now.
Yeah,
unbeaten.
Yeah,
so they're flying.
And what was amazing is the manager was still finding negatives in that. It was one of those. It was a great moment for him.
Yeah,
but he still was critical of some of the play that was happening, which is, I'm sure, a standards and a good sign, really.
Yeah. I really fancy them to. I know we're talking about FA Cup, but I really fancy them to go up. I know.
Yeah.
Ipswich. I know Ipswich have been brilliant, and they're going to. If they're thereabouts in the end of the season, great. Leicester, phenomenal squad. Leeds are gathering momentum, but I really feel like Southampton are going to go up.
You actually said this to me a few weeks ago, and I was asking you what you thought of the league, and you were telling me that you thought Southampton would end up, and sadly Ipswich might fall by the way, drop down a bit.
I believe that,
and it seems to be playing out that way.
Well, hopefully I can get something right this weekend, and that's a score.
Well, and this is the problem, because it's FA Cup. I can't tell you whether Watford go for this, or, as I say, we're in a time in the league where it does feel, we need the points to be in or around the playoffs to stand a chance of going up. We're not going to go up automatically. Yeah. A cup run for a team like Watford was what I grew up really enjoying. Even when we weren't necessarily performing well in the league, I loved the FA Cup run. I loved the draw. I loved all of that.
Let's get us rolling. What you got?
Oh, mate.
Do you know what I love about this is the fact that he won't go against Watford. He won't.
He can't do.
But you put me in a moral dilemma there, because I want Watford to win. I care more about Watford winning than this league, frankly. So,
really?
But I need to be objective for my work here.
You're not going to see Southampton.
You're Watford at home.
Yeah, I agree.
You're at the Vicarage Road.
Yeah, at the Vicarage Road.
At the Vicarage Road.
And you're not. I like people who add the to everything.
Just a bit more
take that.
The Oasis.
So what are you saying then?
Right, I've gone Watford 2, Southampton 2. I think it'll be an exciting game.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong, I want Watford to win, but Southampton are a very good team. And Watford have this habit of, I think there's goals in this. Look at this all go wrong. I think there's goals in it. I think it'll be a really exciting game. And ordinarily, I think 2-2 against Southampton would be a good score. So I'm going kind of realistic with that, with an exciting game, I'm hoping a strong Watford team for this particular game.
All right, you said?
Well, I've just seen yours, so I'm going to change mine. I'm going to go for, I think Southampton will be too strong. It's hard to call. I do think there's going to be changes. Southampton.
Do you think they care about the FA Cup right now?
Not really. I mean, their aim is to get back up 1,000,000%.
And they've got playoffs if they don't get this at the moment.
Yeah.
So
this is just secondary.
This is what I mean.
Yeah. But they've still got a strong enough squad that they can make a few changes. I think they'll win. I think it'll be a tough game. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Southampton. I did have 2-0, but I'm going to go 1-0. I want to change it to 1.
Okay, he's changed to 1 because I think he's seen mine, and I've gone for 2-0.
No, I think you're wrong. I think it's either going to be a Watford win or a draw. I think you've called this badly.
Oh, really? Listen,
he's
giving it large now. He's top of the league, isn't it?
Are you? Is this a 3 o'clock kickoff? This is a normal 3 o'clock kickoff.
Well, it's a 2 o'clock kickoff.
2 o'clock. I'm not doing not a lot Saturday, so I'm.
You want to come?
No, I'm just going to be texting you during the game because obviously it matters more when there's something on it, and you've gone 2-2.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about it. As I say, I've got Monday off the radio. So
you having a few beers?
Yeah, should do. Yeah.
Going to head into Watford early and have a couple of jars?
It's tricky with the 2 o'clock, isn't it? It's hard to know what you should be doing before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. Yeah,
all right, we'll just keep us posted.
Yeah. Neither of you fancy it? Don't want to come along?
I can't go to the Vicarage Road this weekend.
All right, well, you got the shirts that keep getting sent in. Obviously, there's a couple of barbecue enthusiasts spotted at Ashton Gate last weekend. They've sent in. I don't really know how to describe this without saying obscenities, but it's basically he's got number 1 on his back.
See you next Tuesday.
Above it.
Yeah.
And number 2, there's another fella next to him, number 2, and he says, I'm a
Okay.
I'm a too.
I've got you. Sorry, so I'm too. So he's a and his mate is I'm
if you're
number 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
I mean, if you can get away with that at the football.
Well, it goes back to what you say. The people that are printing this up.
I mean, with the badges on it. I mean, you have stuff that the nationwide, the EFL badge on.
It's what I mean, as if there's endorsement.
Yeah, it's official. At least they're being truthful.
Yeah, listen, they might be.
Well, they must be regulars.
Like a right pair.
Like a right pair.
they're obviously regulars. So, and we had quite a few people send us this picture. So perhaps someone can just tap them on the shoulder next game and find out the story and let us know what the story is.
My issue is imagine that's their season ticket. Imagine there's a couple of children behind them.
Well, that's what I mean. I unless there's a story, there must be a story that we don't understand. Probably isn't the like cleverest of nicknames, is it?
I don't know. It's the one word kind of in the English vocab that's kind of really, really frowned upon, isn't it? It works for some people, like these two, but it's not a great word, is it?
Yeah,
it's not one I like to use, really.
No, the C bomb is never nice, is it? It's safe for special occasions. I'm not sure Ashton Gate is a special occasion.
True. All right, let's move on. Hearing about job titles. This is a message from Damien. Hear about job titles. I think I have quite a good one. I'm a monumental mason. I put headstones up for a living. So my title in the company is Head of Erections. Yeah.
Is that actually his title? So on his business card, it would say Head of Erections and his name, Jamie. I'm Jamie, Head of Erections. Imagine if someone calls and says, "Oh, can you put me through to someone that puts up headstones?" And then he picks up the phone. "Yeah, I'll put you through to that department. Hello, it's Jamie, Head of Erections. How can I assist you?"
I'm looking for a very large erection.
Oh, God.
For my gran.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Really?
I'm sure that's something we can help with. Well, don't know what we say about that.
All right. Well, listen, on that note, looking out for it. Good luck at Watford on the weekend, the Vicarage Road. Okay, good one.
Just stop calling it the Vicarage Road.
It's making me laugh, though.
He's kidding.
He's happy with it. He's happy with it.
No, it's just...
Look, get yourself down the Vicarage Road. You'll have a good time.
Well, we'll have a good time at Vicarage Road, yes. Do you know, I'd love one day, I don't know if you boys can swing it, but you know where they have the people reporting from the grounds just at what's going on?
Yeah.
And, they're looking, it's like you're watching them, you know what I'm talking about here. They're just looking down the camera and you can sort of see the crowd in the background. Swing us that job for one game. I'd love to give it a go.
That's a good one. You should be doing that.
Let's do that. I think we can get that done.
Yeah.
Oh, very quickly as well, you boys doing the coverage of the game the other night. Brighton Wolves.
Boring game.
Oh, boys, it was brilliant getting you two together. I don't know if that happens a lot, does it?
We've done a few at Brighton, haven't we, this year?
Yeah, it's great. It was almost like you were playing a game of bingo about how many football cliches you could get into your post-match analysis.
It was a difficult game to watch, if I'm honest. It was a hard one, so there was a few cliches.
We had to string it out.
Yeah.
We had to play some games and entertain.
It was great. It was like they've gone, right, we need you to fill for 5 minutes, and you just went for it. Everything. Strong at the back.
Game of two halves.
Everything. Game of two halves. Yeah, it was everything. Good account of themselves.
That did come into
the phrases.
Definitely did.
No,
could you get
brilliant.
one into Capital Radio for us? Essentially.
Yeah, 100%.
Over the moon to be here. It's down to the lads today, really.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What, try and get football cliches into
a couple.
Okay.
All right.
I think everyone can play this game, can't they?
Yeah.
Whack it in emails, that kind of thing. Let us know if you get a good one.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next week. Chumbawamba, everyone.
Chumbawamba.
Right, we've had a massive push on subscribers this year. We're up to over 100,000, but we want more, and that's down to you. So if you haven't hit subscribe yet, but you still like this podcast, hit now. Otherwise, you're a Carl.